ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो श्रुति स्मृति पुराणानालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शंकरं लोकशंकरं समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्म विद्वरं मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयति गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं परमानन्दमाधवं। Sit straight with the head, neck and vertebral column in a straight line. We are sitting in a clean, quiet place all alone. Our eyes gently closed, not too tight. Now we bow down to our Guru and Ishtadevta. We surrender to them and pray that, O Lord, please bless us with the fourfold qualities, sadhan chatushtaya. Having surrendered to the Lord, now we become aware of our breathing, which is going on. We breathe in a rhythm consciously. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Practice it for 6 to 7 times. This pranayama called prana vikshana quietens our mind. To the quiet mind we bring the knowledge of Upanishad, the Mahavakya, Tattvamasi. This oneness is indicated by Omkara. Om iti etad Brahma, ayamatma Brahma. This consciousness which I am is Brahma. Mentally repeat Aham Brahmasmi. Om Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Rub your hands, put your palm on your eyes and slowly open your eyes. Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gosharam Tamagocharam Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranatosmyam Sadgurum Pranatosmyam. Bhagwan Shankaracharya bow down to his Guru Govinda Padacharya. We bow down to Bhagwan Shankaracharya who has written this text. We bow down to Puja Gurudev who taught us. We bow down to entire Guru Parampara. We bow down to the Lord. By his blessings we are able to study, and we seek the blessings of all the great masters, and with their blessings we start our studies. So we have finished verse 287, Vivekachudamani. Now we move to the next verse, 288. In this verses, Bhagavan explains that our nature is Brahman, and he is trying to explain through different examples, generally found in Vedanta, given in Vedanta. घटाकाशं महाकाशे इवात्मानं परात्मनि विलाप्याखण्डभावेन तूष्णीं भव सदा मुने. घटाकाशं महाकाशे इवात्मानं परात्मनि विलाप्याखण्डभावेन तूष्णीं भव सदा मुने. Hey Mune, Bhagavan is telling, hey Muni, hey Seeker, Muni Manana Shilatvat Muni, who is reflecting. So, hey Muni, Sada Bhava, you always become. What I should become? Ghatakasham Mahakashe Eva. Eva, like as Ghatakasham is the pot space, Mahakashe in the total space, Eva like that. Atmanam Paramatmani. This Atma, you are thinking I am this limited being, Jivatma. Vilapya, you merge into the Paramatma. Here Bhagavan Shankaracharya says that always means at the seat of meditation and during the daytime also. Try to understand that, remember that I am Paramatma, I am Brahman. I am not this limited being. Ghatakasham Mahakashe. Now, Ghatam is pot, the pot space. Now, suppose there is the total space is there, and say, in my hand, this is a glass. Glass means glass space, correct? Ghatam is pot space. Now, the space which in the glass, where it is lying? In the total space. The glass is lying in the total space. Total space is one space. In that only we keep any object. It allows the space for all objects, the total space in which all objects are placed. In the same way, Eva, the word is Eva, like that, Atmanam Paramatmani, you and I, all beings, where we are? We are in Brahman. Everywhere the Brahman alone is pervading. Our identification now is with the I am this body, mind and intellect. He said, give up this identification. You are not this. You are that Brahman. How am I to give up? Akhanda bhavena. By meditating that I am this Brahman. Akhanda bhavena. With no khanda. Continuous meditating Aham Brahmasmi. And tushnim bhava. And then you become silent. You become silent. See that there are no thoughts in the mind. There should be a totally silence. Tushnim bhava. This word tushnim came in Bhagavad Gita also. Na yotsaiti evam uktva govindam tushnim bhava. Arjuna became tushnim. Certain words we should remember. Tushnim bhava. Total silence. So, he said, Tushnim bhava. Now, I am so and so, I am a mother, I am a father, or some designation where you are working, that alone we remember. But he said, no, everyone is Brahman and Brahman alone. Give up your identification. Yes, in the relative world, we have to work accordingly. But from the absolute point, we are Brahman and Brahman alone. Remember that I am that Brahman, Atmanam Paramatmani. Here Atma means the Jivatma, the limited being. Like the Ghatakasha, where we are in the Brahman. Everywhere the Brahman alone is there. Brahman, Bruhatvat Brahman, that which is all pervading, that is Brahman. Now we have so much identification and the ego is there. I am so and so. I know this much. Bhagavan said, all this is for this Jivatma. But who are we? Bhagavan says, you are Brahman and Brahman alone. Now, in the next verse, Bhagavan says that you are having so much identification with the body, but understand, what is this body? Earlier he said the full verse. Now only he uses one word for the body. Okay? Swaprakasham adhishthana swayambhuya sadatmana brahmandam api pindandam yajatam malabhandavat swaprakasham adhishthana swayambhuya sadatmana brahmandam api pindandam yajatam malabhandavat swaprakasham adhishthana swayam sadatmana. This is what is Paramatma? The nature of Paramatma is explained Swayam Prakasham. It is self-effulgent. Now, suppose there is a darkness. In darkness, nothing is seen. We need some light to illumine, isn't it? But how is the Paramatma? Swayam Prakasham. It does not need any other outside light. It's Swayam Prakash, self-effulgent. And Adhisthana, That is the substratum of everything. Without the substratum, nothing is there. The thread is the substratum of the cloth. The mud is the substratum of all the mud vessels. Like that, our substratum is Brahman and Swayambhuya. It is being, there is nobody, is Swayambhuya. And is existing by his own self. Sadatmana. I am that cause which has no prior cause. This consciousness has no other cause. Self-existing Sadatmana. And then Bhagavan says, this is your nature. Now, what we have to do to realize the Brahman? Second line, Tyajata. You shall reject or should be rejected. What? Brahmandam api pindandam. Brahmandam means the total cosmos. It is called macrocosm. And pindandam. Pindandam is individual being. Microcosm. Totality and individuality. The Jagata and yourself. Tyajatam. You should reject. How? Mala bhandavata. Like that which is a bundle of foul smelling. This body. All the saptadhatu, the urine, the motion, everything it is inside filled with. And you said, I am this body. Malabhanda vat, like, vat means like. You give up your identification that I am this body and with the totality. How can I give my identification with the totality? We need not give with the totality, but understand that everything is avidya and maya. Totality means maya, avidya. All it is that you give up. An individual avidya, you give up. And understand that swaprakasham adhishtanam swayambhuyam sadatmana. I am this swaprakasha. Isn't it? Even we close our eyes, we know I am there. And always that thought is that. This I is the consciousness. And the nature of the consciousness is Swayam Prakasha, Adhisthana, that is Swayambhuya Sadatmana. So, that we are and not this body. Give up your, Bhagavan says, your identification. This is the cause of all sorrows. And Bhagavan has used, underlined the word Malabhandavata. It is made up of all dirt. See, when we take bath, we feel fresh for some time. Again, it's sweating. Again, then the smell comes. Isn't it? It is Malabhanda. It is full of all bundle of foul smelling. And that we said, I am this. Don't identify with that or with the world. Here, Brahmanda means the total Jagata. You don't identify. Again and again is trying to tell in a different way that you are Brahman and you are not the body. Now he says that Bhagavan, further that we have so much identification that I am so and so. That is that in Ahankara, in this body. Chidatmani sadanande deharudam aham diyam nivesha lingamutsrujya kevalo bhava sarvada. Chidatmani sadanande deharudam aham diyam nivesha lingamutsrujya kevalo bhava sarvada. Here I will break the compound word. Deha aruda dhiya. This is how you have to break it. Deha aruda dhiya. And the next line is lingam utsrujya. Lingam utsrujya. This is how we have to break. Now he says, Bhagavan says, Chidatmani sadanande nivesya. You always revel and rest in what? Chidatmani sadananda. Sachidananda Brahman. The nature of the Brahman is Sat, existence, consciousness and bliss. You nivesya. You merge in that Brahman. You merge in that Brahman. And deha arudam aham dhiya. And now you have and lingam. These two. Deha aruda means the stula sharira. And you have identification, I am so and so. And lingam, linga sharira. Linga sharira is 5 pranas, 5 gnanendriyas, 5 karmendriyas, mana and buddhi. This 17 is called linga sharira or sukshma sharira. Give up your identification, utstrujya. You give up. Don't identify with the body, mind and intellect. Your nature is Sachidananda. You revel in that, you merge in that. And Kevalo Bhava Sarvada. We have the Kaivalya Upanishad, isn't it? Kevali Bhav is without any difference. Sajatiya, Vijatiya, Swagata Veda Rahita. That is called Kevala. Don't identify that I am the human being, they are animals, or in me there are different parts. So, you don't identify with anyone, you just be Brahman. Kevalo Bhava Sarvada. See, always the word is Sarvada. Always. At the seat of meditation and otherwise also, remember that my nature is Sachidananda. My nature is consciousness, existence. I exist always as a self. I am consciousness and my nature is bliss. My nature is not sorrow. That's why we don't like sorrow. Anybody makes us sad, we keep away from that person, isn't it? Because our nature is happiness. We want to be always happy. So said, Kevalo Bhava Sarvada. Always be this Sachidananda and this Kevali Bhav you have without any difference. And give up your identification with the gross body and the subtle body, the Linga Sharira. And from Janma Janmantar, from the amoeba to the now human birth, we got so many other, we were born as many other lives we have lived, and then the identification only was with the body. So now also, even after listening, even the scripture says you are not the body, but the identification is so short. And when the identification is with the subtle body, then kama, krodha, mada, lobha, all this will come. He said, give up all this. Give up all this. Now he says that Bhagavan Shankaracharya is blessing us in the next verse. Yatresha jagadabhasha darpanantapuram yatha tad brahmahamiti gnatva kritakrityo bhavishyasi. Yatresha jagadabhasho darpanantapuram yatha tad brahmahamiti gnatva kritakrityo bhavishyasi. Now he says that yatra esha. Now, what is this yatra esha? Bhagavan says yatra esha means esha jagata, that in which this world is what? Abhasha. Abhasha is an illusion, not real. That in which this world is an illusion. An example is given. Darpanantaha puram yatha. Yatha. Yatha darpanantaha puram. As in a mirror the city is seen. Suppose you are standing in some shop and the shop wala is having a mirror. Now in that mirror, all the vehicles going, people going, all the reflection is seen. Is the reflection real? No, the reflection is not real. Darpanantaha puram yatha. As in a mirror, puram, a city is seen. Everything is seen in the same way. How is this world? This Jagat also is an abhasa, is an illusion. As the city in a mirror. You know it's not real. Like that the world is. Now you see, you and I, how much reality we are giving. How much? Oh, I am a Brahmin. I am a man. I am a young man. Isn't it? This is how we are identifying. Bhagavan says, No, this is an illusion. This is not really you are. Tad Brahma ahamiti gnatva. But come to realize, gnatva means having realized. Having realized that I am that Brahman, bhavishyasi, and you become fulfilled. Kritakritya means that is to be done, and then you shall be that Brahman. What is the Kritakritya? We have got a human birth, and in human birth alone we can realize this, I am Brahman, and then what is to be done in this human life you have done. Kritakrityo bhavishyasi. Bhagwan is blessing us. Tat Brahma ahamiti. Try to realize that I am the Brahman. Don't give reality to your body and to the world. To the world. Means the happenings of the world. We have to act in the day-to-day life. We have to do our whatever the duty we have. We have to do it. We cannot say no, I will not do. No. Bhagwan says your kartavya karma you do. But in your mind you always remember, I am Brahman. I am Brahman. That Brahma ahamiti. Gnatva. Gnatva means having realized. How to realize? Shravana, Manana, Nididhyas. These are the three methods. You first will listen to the scriptures. Then there is Mananam, there is no doubt about it. And then at the seat of meditation, we come to realize that I am the Brahman. That Brahma ahamit. Aham Brahmasmi. This is to be. Not that the Brahman is there. Aham Brahmasmi. That should be our experience. I am Brahman. When even this understanding is very clear, we do not give much importance to the happenings of the world. Otherwise, we give think them so real, and then you become upset of this. Oh, that person told me like this. You don't listen to that, no? Whatever other person says or whatever he or she thinks about you, that is no concern. You know what you are. Aham Brahmasmi. Brahma. To how many Mahatmas? They were insulted. They were even beaten also. But they were never left that I am Brahmasmi. Their day-to-day life also, there's a Brahman alone. This is how you and I have to live in this world. Love and respect everyone as a Brahman, whoever that is. Do not hate anyone, whatever that person may be. Why we should hate somebody? Tad Brahmahamiti. I am the Brahman. Everywhere the Brahman alone is there. On this the name and forms are superimposed. Bhagavan says, Kritakrityo bhavishyasi. And having got the human birth, then you are fulfilled, that you have done your duty. Now in the next verse, Bhagavan tells us that you are giving reality to yourself. I am a mother, I am a father, isn't it? I am a man, I am a woman. It is so much you are giving reality. He said, no, you are not real. It gives an example for that. Yat satyabhutam nijarupamadyam chid advayanandam arupamakryam tadetya mithyavapuhu utsrujet shailushavat vesham upatamatmana yat satyabhutam nijarupamadyam chid advayanandam arupamakriyam tadetya mithyavaputsujeta shailushavat vesham upatamatmana. This is a full compound word. I will break it. Yat satyabhutam nijarupam adyam. Then chit advayanandam arupa kriyam tat etya mithyavapuhu utsrujet shailushavat ve upatam atman. This is how you have to break the whole compound word. Now he says that yat satya bhutam, that which is real. And what is that? Nija rupam, your own swarupam. Your own swarupam as a Brahman alone is the reality. Again and again he is trying to tell in a different way. that you are Brahman and Brahman alone. That is your Swarupam. And Adyam, from the beginning of the world, you are Brahman and Brahman alone. And Chit, Advayanandam. What is our net consciousness? Then non-dual self and Advaya Anandam, and the nature of bliss. Arupam, you have no forms. Akriyam, you are actionless. In Brahman, there is no action. That which is all pervading, there is no action. Action is only in a limited form. So Bhagavan says, your nature is Chitta, consciousness, Advaya, non-dual self, Anandam, bliss, Arupam, you have no form. Consciousness is no form. Akriyam, actionless. This is you are. Now he says, Tadetya. But Bhagavan says that Etya means having attained, or having realized. Having realized what has been said by Bhagavan Shankaracharya about our own Swarupa, Nija Rupam, Tadetya, having attained that or having realized that, I am that Brahman, then what am I to do? Mithyavata, like a Mithyavata illa, Mithyavapuhu. This body is Mithya. Mithya is that which in waking state we experience. In dream and deep sleep, we do not experience this body. So, that which is experienced in one state is called Mithya. It's not real. Mithya vapuhu. This body which we identify is Mithya, is not real. Isn't it? It has a Shatvikara. There are different modifications. It has a birth and it has an end. Nobody is permanent here. It is Mithya vapuhu. Utsujet. Bhagavan said, should be given up. Give your identification that I am this body. Utsujet. And how am I to give up the identification? Shailushavat, like an actor. Like an actor. How? Vesham, an actor. Say suppose somebody is acting like a Shiva and Parvati or like a Rama, isn't it? So when the person is dressed like a Rama, he appears that we show, even we do pranam. When Ramayana was going on, Ramanand Sagar, people used to do pranam to that, those who were acting, Rama and Sita, because they were acting like a Ram and Sita. Shailushavata Vesham. They were dressed like the actor, whichever acting they are doing. Upata. But Bhagavan says, Upatam means, it is, you have to give up that. It is only assumed. The actor assumed that form, they put a mask and they appear like that. But you have to give up that. Upata. You don't identify with that. Atmanaha, your own self. Bhagavan says an actor, he puts a dress, but the one who gives up this costume is just an ordinary man, isn't it? But when he is dressed up like a Shiva, he appears like a Shiva only. Which Gurudev know, whenever he is to come anywhere, his talk will be there. The Balviyar children, they will act, no? And sometimes they will like a Shiva, Parvati. Which Gurudev will prostrate them. He says, I see Lord Shiva in them, because the acting is like that. And once, the actor who was acting, everything came out. And Gurudev fired those who dressed up. He said, what is this? You have not dressed up the children properly. And all that, whatever they have put the mask and all that is coming out. In acting also should be a perfect acting. Gurudev wanted everything very perfect. Perfection in work he wanted. Shailushavata Vesham Upatam. Once he gave up the dress, then he is not that actor. But when he is putting that Vesham, the dress and the mask, it appears like that person. Like that. This body, mind and intellect, what we have, this is only the Panchakoshas are superimposed on Atma, the Brahman. Give up your identification. That's what you want to say. I'm so beautiful. I put this sari, I look very beautiful. I put this dress, I put very handsome. What? The Malabhanda appears very beautiful, isn't it? Bhagavan says Malabhanda, and then we want to beautify it. What this dress, that dress, Bhagavan says Shailu Shavata. You give up your identification. See, the Mahatmas have no identification with their body, no identification with their body. Of course, they know this is super important. I am the Brahman. I am Brahman. So, this is Yat Satyabhutam Nijarupam. Chitta Advayananda Rupam. Arupam. We have no form. Brahman has no form, isn't it? Akriyam. There is no action in that. And Tadetya, having attained that, give up this mithya vapuhu. Bhagavan says, give up your identification. How? Like an actor. Actor, when he's acting, means you and I have to remember, when you are grahastha in the waking state, in the relative world, we act like a grahastha. A sannyasi has to act like a sannyasi. But in the mind always to remember, this is not the reality. This is only my, like an actor, I have to acting, doing my action for certain purpose. But finally, who am I? I am that Brahman. No, I am a mother-in-law. I am a daughter-in-law. I am this. What people will say. All this we put in mind, and this our mind is spoiled because of that. Bhagavan says, give up this identification. Give up this identification. Mithya vapuhu. It is a mithya. It is not real. It is not real. Give up. Like an actor, when he's acting, he's acting. But he knows that I am not this real. I am not this real. A person may be acted like a king, but he knows I am not a king. It's only an acting. Like that, you and I, we are only acting. That is important. In worldly transaction, this we have to do our duty. But understand that I am Brahman alone. What is me? I am Brahman alone. Now, having said this, in the next topic, Bhagavan says that give up your ego. Give up your ego. Now, if you remember Bhagavan Raman Maharshi, his text, that time, there were two I, big I and small I, isn't it? The big I is the ego, and you can take anything, and the another I is you are the consciousness, understand? You are the consciousness, but both are said as I. See, when you say something, somebody is asking, you are calling, say, you are calling me, means I, you are pointing at me, that is also said I. I means this body, mind and intellect. Another I is the consciousness. But we are so much identifying with the ego. Bhagavan says, give up this ego. When this ego is given up, then only the real I that is realized. When the ego is given. Sarvatmana drishyamidam vrushev naivahamartha shanikatva darshana janamyaham sarvamiti pratiti kuto hamade shanikasya siddhyet sarvatmana drishyamidam vrushev naivahamartha kshanikatva darshana janamyaham sarvamiti pratiti kuto hamade kshanikasya siddhyet sarvatmana drishyam idam mrushaeva mrushaeva naevaham artha kshanikatva darshanat janamya sarvam iti prati kutaham adehe kshanikasya siddhyet. Bhagavan says, now he is talking from the absolute point. From the absolute point, not from the relative point. From the absolute point, sarvatmana drishyam. Whatever sarvatmana means, the all forms what we are seeing, Drishyam. They are only the seen. They are seen. We have studied Driga and Drishya. Driga is the seer and Drishyam is the seen. All forms are seen. Ida, whatever we are seeing here in this world, Mrushayeva. They are indeed unreal. Whatever forms we are seeing, Bhagavan says, don't give reality to that. They are not real. Now see, childhood was there. Then the childhood passed away. Then came the youth. Then the middle age. Then the old age. Which is reality? Everything is changing. Everything is changing. And then we said that I am this. Bhagavan says you are not this. Mrusha. Now we are studying. And it is a waking state. Night we went to sleep. And then it was a deep sleep. We had no knowledge. Then this is the waking state. Everything is changing. Drishyam. Drishyam is that which is changing. And that is Mrusha. That which is seen is not real. Is not real. Mrusha eva. Na eva aham artha. Artha means reality. And not at all. This ego is also the same real. This ego only has three states, waking, dream and deep sleep stage. It only had a childhood, middle age, youth and middle age and old age. All these are changing. Naeva, this is not real. What is changing is not real. Kshanikatva darshanat. Because it is observed to be momentary. There is a change. It is all momentary. It is not the permanent. It is momentary. Kshanikatvat. That which is momentary cannot be real. Understand? There is a Vedanta. You can write down. I will just say. Drishyam, no? Yadrishyam tad jadam. This is Vedanta theory. Yadrishyam tad jadam. Yad jadam tat nashwaram. Yad nashwaram tat mithya. We'll say together. Yadrishyam tat jadam. Yad jadam tat nashwaram. Yad nashwaram tat mithya. That which is seen is always jadam. Jadam is that which does not know oneself. What is seen is jadam. And that which is jadam is going to be destroyed. Nashwaram is going to be destroyed. And that which is yat nashwaram, that which is destroyed, is called mithya. That is called mithya. Sarvatmana drishyamidam mrusha eva. Mrusha and mithya both have the same meaning. Mrusha and mithya have the same meaning. Mrusha eva na eva aham artha kshanikatva darshanat. Because they are all momentary, not permanent. And then what is in all the three states? Janami aham sarvamiti. I know all my three states of experience, waking, dream, very carefully. Janami aham sarvamiti pratiti. This is our perception. I know about my waking state. Now I am studying. Then when I go to sleep, I may get a dream. I remember my dream. And when I get a good sleep, also I know I slept well. Janami aham sarvamiti pratitihi. Kutaha aham adeha kshanikasya siddhyet. And Bhagavan says that this sense of ego, kshanikasya, it is a certain, siddhyet means a certain, that it is this aham adeha, this sense of ego, which is kshanikasya, momentary. This ego is momentary. You say, I know everything. Who knows everything? I know everything. I am aware of my waking state. I am aware of my dream state. And here it is not consciousness. Here the ego. I am aware of it. I know. Which is momentary. How it can be real? How it can be real? This ego which is changing is not real. Only that which is the drashta is the reality. The drashta alone is the reality. The drishya is not real. The Bhagavan want to say that ego, which is aware, the ego is not real. One is the drashta and one is the drishya. Here drashta is the ego, not the consciousness. Remember, here the drashta, the knower is the ego. The ego which knows all this. Kutaha madeha kshanikasya. It is a momentary. How it can be real? Bhagavan says, do not give reality to aham vritti. I know. Do not give reality to aham vritti, the ego. Then what is reality? Bhagavan says, real is the sakshi. What is the reality? Who is the witness of this ego? That is the reality you are. Aham padarthatva adi sakshi nityam sushuptau vapis bhava darshanat brute hi ajo nitya iti shruti swayam tat pratyakatma Shatasat vilakshana aham padartha aham sakshi nityam sushuptau pibhava darshanat brute yajo nitya iti shruti swayam tat pratyakatma shatasat vilakshana aham padartha. First line. Tu aham adi sakshi. Aham adi sakshi. Nityam shushuptau api. That au matra has become va by sandhi. Au becomes ava. Okay. Shushuptau api bhava darshanat. Brute hi ajah nityah iti shruti swayam tat pratyakatma sat asat vilakshana. Sat asat vilakshana. Bhagavan says that aham padartha. Aham pada artha. This is how you have to break it. The I word real meaning is tu aham adi sakshi. It is the aham adi. Aham means I. I means adi means mother, father, son, daughter, etc. Whatever is you are, sakshi, you are the witness. You, the I word, real meaning is witness. Witness. You are the witness. Nitya shushuptavapi bhava darshanat. Always in deep sleep also, it is bhava darshanat. We experience as nothingness. As nothingness. In Sushupti, what is your experience? I do not know anything. How we say we do not know? Because of the presence of consciousness. Nitya Sushuptopi Bhava Darshan means that not that the witness is present in waking state, but in deep sleep state. We have to understand in dream also, isn't it? We remember. Now he quotes the Shruti Mata. Brutehi. Shruti Mata says that Kathopanishad. Ajo nitya shashvato yam purana na hanyate hanya. That is in second Bhagavad Gita, second chapter also it is that. Ajaha nityaha, which is unborn, eternal. This is Shruti Swayam. Mother Shruti, Upanishad Swayam says that. And in Bhagavad Gita, Upanishad is quoted. They're taken from Upanishad only. So, Bhrutehi ajo nitya iti Shruti Swayam. Kathopanishad Swayam says, Tat pratyakatma, that inner self, that I am, Sat Asat Vilakshanaha, that which is beyond the gross body, subtle means the subtle body. It is beyond the gross body and the subtle body. And that I am. When you say I, you are not the I, the ego, but you are the witness of everything. That's what Bhagavan says. That I is the witness. You are the witness of everything. And the Shruti says, this witness, he ajaha, nityaha, is unborn, it is eternal. And that witness we are. And what is that witness? That pratyakatma. That is our inner self. This consciousness Atma. That I am. And Sat Asat Vilakshana. Vilakshana is different, other than. It is other than the gross body and the subtle body. Why Karana Sharira is not said? Because it is the causal body. It is the cause of. Why it is called causal body, Archana?
Because it is the cause of stool and birth because of the causal body.
Causal means Karanam. It is the cause because of which you and I have got avidya, maya, this body, Stula Sharira and Sukshma Sharira. Okay? So, Bhagavan says, I am that is other than the gross and subtle body. You are that Sakshi. You are that Brahman. You are not this ego, I. Don't identify I as an ego because it is a momentary, it is changing. But you are the real I, the consciousness. You are the witness. And even the Shruti says this, and every day in the deep sleep stage, the experience, whatever we have, we say, get up and say, I slept well. Who was watching? You were sleeping. The consciousness was always there. And I am the witness. Okay? Aham, this is the real meaning of the I word. Pada artha. Aham, this is the real word. Yes, Kavita? Oh, she has left. I thought she has some doubt. Okay, this is all for today. We'll continue tomorrow. So, I means the consciousness. I is not the ego. Ego is momentary. Okay? Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Mudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Loka Shamato Bhavantu. Loka Shamata Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Shamata Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti. My pranam to all of you. Remember this thought, I am Brahman. That's what Bhagavan wants to say, that you are Brahman. You are not this limited body. But in the world, we have to act relatively. He's talking from the absolute point. From the absolute point, we are Brahman and Brahman alone. Hari Om to all of you.